If you or someone you love lives in Oregon, Washington, or Nevada, you need to watch this right now. Today, Saturday, August 15th, 2026, 93 large Oregon wildfire incidents and western blazes are burning out of control right now. That's nearly 4 million acres on fire at this moment, an area bigger than the entire state of Connecticut. So far this year, over 6.5 million acres have burned, the worst wildfire season in modern American history. That number is 55% higher than any average year over the last decade, and it's only August. Last night, a wildfire near Rogue River, Oregon jumped from just 10 acres to 550 acres before sunrise. Investigators believe a truck tire caught fire on the roadside, and within hours, 1,000 people had to flee their homes. The weather forecast tonight and through the weekend includes dangerous dry lightning, the number one cause of new wildfire starts. We have a lot of ground to cover today, Tay. Active fires, air quality warnings, and what the next 5 days look like. Stay with me. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what's happening and what you need to do to stay safe. Let's begin in Southern Oregon, the area with the most urgent and rapidly changing situation this morning. The Fielder Mountain wildfire ignited Thursday near Rogue River, Oregon, between the cities of Grants Pass and Medford. By Friday afternoon, it was only 5 to 10 acres, a small fire along Interstate 5 through grass and brush. But overnight, driven by strong winds and steep terrain, it exploded, reaching 550 acres by this morning with 0% containment. Oregon state officials believe a large truck's tire caught fire and ignited the dry roadside vegetation. The investigation is ongoing. As of this morning, over 1,000 residents have received a Level 3 evacuation order. That means leave immediately. Do not wait to grab extra belongings. Take your medications, important documents, pets, and go now. An additional 2,000 people in Jackson and Josephine counties are on Level 2, Get Set, meaning be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Interstate 5, the main highway through the area, remains open, but expect major backups and delays heading northbound. Several county roads in the fire zone are completely closed. Check gnaces.com for the most current road and evacuation boundaries. An emergency shelter is open for people and their pets at North Middle School in Grants Pass, Oregon. If you have large animals, horses, cattle, livestock, contact Jackson County Expo Fairgrounds in Central Point for emergency shelter. Current fire weather near Rogue River. Temperatures around 91 degrees, humidity a dangerously low 18 to 22%. Winds are blowing from the southwest at 20 to 30 miles per hour, a combination that allows fire to run very fast through dry grass. Smoke from the Fielder Mountain fire is already making air quality unhealthy in communities downwind of the blaze. If you are over 65 or if you have asthma, COPD, heart disease, or any breathing condition, stay indoors and keep your windows closed. Now let's move north, up along the Cascade Mountains, to one of the biggest fire threats in the Pacific Northwest right now. The Grasshopper Fire is burning on the Mount Hood National Forest, about 10 miles east of Government Camp, Oregon. As of the Friday evening update, the fire had grown to 85,114 acres. That's roughly 133 square miles of forest. Containment reached 30% overnight. That means crews have secured about 1/3 of the fire's perimeter. Nearly 1,877 fire personnel are working around the clock, including elite hotshot crews, helicopter pilots, and bulldozer operators. The Wasco County Sheriff's Office has confirmed that at least 6 family homes and 15 outbuildings have been destroyed by this fire. One of those was a home a grandfather built decades ago. His wife had lived there for over 40 years before the fire took it this week. Damage assessments are still ongoing. Officials warn that the final number of structures lost may be higher. Last night, crews conducted a planned burn operation near the Shady Brook area, burning fuel in the fire's path to stop its advance. This is called a tactical firing operation. Firefighters set small controlled burns to remove the fuel a larger fire needs to spread. This afternoon, isolated thunderstorms are possible along the Cascade Crest, and that matters greatly for fire behavior. Any sudden wind shift from those storms could change the fire's direction without warning. Crews are monitoring conditions very closely. The National Weather Service in Portland gives a 15 to 30% chance of thunderstorms along the Cascades today and Saturday. Air tanker aircraft, including large super scoopers that scoop water from lakes, are working the eastern edge of the fire today. Now let's go southeast into Klamath County, home of one of the most heartbreaking stories of this entire fire season. The Wright Spring Fire is burning 2 miles west of Sprague River. Oregon, 53,061 acres burned, only 6% contained. This fire took the life of Jason Ensign, a 47-year-old heavy equipment operator from Klamath Falls, Oregon. Jason was operating a bulldozer on August 7th, helping cut a fire line to protect the community when the fire changed direction. The fire grew suddenly and cut off his escape route before he could reach safety. He was found inside his heavily damaged bulldozer that night. Jason worked for Green Diamond Resource Company, one of the many civilian contractors who risked their lives supporting our firefighters. Today, Saturday, August 15th, a memorial procession is being held in Klamath Falls to honor Jason Ensign and his family. Oregon Governor Tina Kotek said, and I'm paraphrasing, his passing is a tragic loss and a stark reminder of the danger first responders face every day. We are grateful for Jason and every person out there working to protect our homes and our communities. We will not forget him. Overnight, rain passed through the Wright Spring area, which helped slow things down temporarily. But forecasters warn those fuels will dry out quickly this afternoon as temperatures rise and winds return. Fire activity is expected to increase again by mid-afternoon. Crews are strengthening control lines right now to prepare. Air quality near Klamath Falls and Chilaquine this morning, moderate. Smoke has settled into low valleys overnight. Air quality is expected to improve in Klamath Falls through the afternoon as daytime heating helps mix the smoke upward. However, communities to the south, Bonanza and Tule Lake, could see smoke reach unhealthy for sensitive groups levels by tonight. A quick reminder about the Air Quality Index, or AQI. Green means good, yellow means moderate, orange means sensitive groups at risk. Red means unhealthy for everyone. If you see a red AQI warning in your area, children and seniors especially should stay inside. The Fremont-Winema National Forest in Klamath County remains under an emergency closure order. Do not enter the closure area. And please do not use chainsaws or power tools near the fire area right now. A resident using a chainsaw yesterday accidentally started a new fire. Wright's spring crews were nearby and contained it quickly. But that shows how dry and dangerous the conditions are right now. Now let's travel east to what is officially the largest single wildfire in modern Oregon history. The Big Grass Fire near Jordan Valley in southeastern Oregon has now burned 581,325 acres since it started on July 23rd. To put that in perspective, that is larger than the entire state of Rhode Island. And fire activity is still ongoing. This fire broke Oregon's modern era record, surpassing the Long Draw Fire from 2012, which burned about 558,000 acres. More than half of the big grass acreage is now burning across the border into western Idaho. It is a multi-state emergency. About 160 people remain under evacuation orders, and more than 300 structures are directly threatened as of this morning. The fire is 54% contained, good progress, with over 1,000 personnel actively working the lines. The National Weather Service has issued red flag warnings for this region, the highest alert level for wildfire spread danger. A red flag warning is issued when wind, low humidity, and dry fuels combine to create the highest danger level for wildfire spread. It is serious. Let's check in on 2 other Oregon fires making progress, starting with good news out of Central Oregon. The Roe Creek Complex, burning south of Fossil, Oregon, has now reached 89% containment on 373,783 acres. That is a major improvement, and some evacuees in Jefferson and Wheeler counties are being allowed to return home this weekend. The Red Cross Emergency Shelter in Prineville will close at noon today, Saturday. Residents can check Gynaces for their return status. There is a wonderful story from the Roe Creek area this week. A piece of local history was saved from the flames. The historic Howard School, built in 1915, more than 110 years old, was directly in the fire's path northeast of Prineville. A bulldozer operator cut a protective fire line all the way around the old schoolhouse, and the building survived unharmed. The school was named after a local mining family, and one crew member's connection to that history may have inspired extra effort to protect it. The Hagen Fire, 26 miles east of Pendleton, Oregon, 54,484 acres and 11% contained, saw good progress Thursday night. Cooler temperatures and higher humidity gave crews the window they needed. Retardant aircraft helped slow the spread significantly. Now let's head north to Washington State, where two large fires are showing active, dangerous behavior today. The Little Giant Fire is burning 30 miles northwest of Leavenworth, Washington, 128,085 acres with only 7% containment. This is the fire with the most personnel assigned of any fire in the country right now, 2,266 people working around the clock. Fire behavior has been described as active and wind-driven, meaning this fire can run fast when conditions push it. Near Snoqualmie Pass, the Three Queens Fire has burned 3,534 acres, threatening numerous homes with evacuations in effect. If you live near Snoqualmie Pass, Leavenworth, or Tonasket in Washington, stay tuned to your local emergency management for updates. Washington State also has fires near Tonasket and Nespelem burning with moderate activity. Evacuations are in place in those areas too. Now let's go to northern Nevada, where two fast-moving fires north of Reno have been grabbing national attention this week. The Bug Fire started August 8th, 4 miles northwest of Cold Springs, Nevada. It has now burned 88,422 acres. The Stallion Fire started just 2 days later on August 10th. It has burned 40,689 acres east of the Bug Fire. Both fires were caused by human activity. Both are burning through tall, dry grass, brush, and pinyon juniper trees just north of Reno. Here is some good news. Overnight rain helped crews dramatically on the Bug Fire. Containment has more than doubled to 31%. The Stallion Fire is now 44% contained, and Highway 395, a major road through the area, has been reopened. Evacuation orders have been lifted for parts of Red Rock Road and Hungry Valley. Those residents can go home. The official evacuation center in Reno remains open at the Evelyn Mount Community Center, 1301 Valley Road. Small animals. Washoe County Regional Animal Services at 2825 Longley Lane in Reno is accepting pets. Large animals like horses and cattle. The Reno Sparks Livestock Event Center space. Call Washoe County 3111 for more information. Before we look at the weather outlook, there is a critical safety message I need every one of you to hear clearly. This year, 50 illegal drone flights have been reported near active wildfires across the country, 24 of them in Washington State alone. When fire crews spot an unknown drone near a wildfire, they are required by Safety Protocol to ground all aircraft immediately. That means water tankers, helicopters, everything stops. Even a 5-minute delay can mean the difference between a saved home and a lost one. Flying drones near a wildfire is illegal and can result in significant fines and criminal charges. If you fly, they can't. Please don't. Now, let's talk about the air quality situation that is affecting 12 Oregon counties as of this morning. Oregon's Department of Environmental Quality, the DEQ, has issued an air quality advisory through at least Sunday afternoon, August 17th. Counties under that advisory right now include Clackamas, Crook, Hood River, Jefferson, Wasco, and Wheeler. Smoke is also expected intermittently through the weekend in Deschutes, Grant, Southern Jackson, Klamath, Union, and Wallowa counties. Wildfire smoke contains very tiny particles called PM 2.5, smaller than a human hair, and wildfire smoke poses a serious health risk to everyone. These particles travel deep into your lungs and can even enter your bloodstream, making smoke genuinely dangerous to your health, not just unpleasant. People over 65, children, pregnant women, and those with heart or lung conditions are most at risk from smoke exposure. During smoke events, keep your windows and doors closed, use your air conditioning if you have it, and avoid outdoor exercise. To check your specific air quality right now, download the free Oregon Air app or visit airnow.gov and enter your zip code. All right, now let's look at what the weather is going to do over the next 48 hours and why it matters so much for these fires. Tonight, a weather pattern is moving through the Pacific Northwest that forecasters are watching very closely. A trough of low pressure, think of it as a dip in the upper atmosphere that drags storm energy southward, is approaching the coast. This trough is bringing moisture and instability, which will generate thunderstorms. But here is the concern. Some of these storms may produce lightning, but not enough rain. Meteorologists call this dry lightning. Dry lightning happens when a thunderstorm shoots lightning bolts, but the rain evaporates in the hot, dry air before it ever reaches the ground. The Federal Fire Weather Agency, NIFC, says dry lightning risk is highest tonight from Northwest California through the southern Cascades and across Oregon into Idaho. That corridor of dry lightning risk runs right through the heart of the most active wildfire country in the West right now. Even a handful of new lightning-caused ignitions in remote wilderness areas could stretch fire crews who are already fully committed. The National Weather Service in Portland notes that any thunderstorms along the Cascades today could also produce gusty, erratic winds. Those wind gusts could reach 30 to 35 miles per hour through Cascade mountain passes and can change fire direction without warning. For communities near the Grasshopper Fire, especially in Hood River and Wasco counties, this afternoon and evening require vigilance. Make sure your evacuation level is not changing. Check genesis.com or sign up for your county's emergency alert system. Now let's talk about what the forecasts show for next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, August 17th through 19th. I want to be straightforward with you. The computer forecast models are not in full agreement about next week, and I think you deserve to know that. According to the National Weather Service, NWS area forecast discussion for Portland published Friday afternoon, the models are split roughly 50-50. About half the models favor a warming trend with a ridge of high pressure building over the Pacific Northwest next week. The other half of the models favor a trough, which would bring cooler temperatures and possibly some relief to fire crews. This kind of model disagreement is normal at the 5 to 7 day range. It does not mean forecasters are doing a poor job. It means the atmosphere itself has not yet made up its mind, and we need to watch the data as it comes in over the weekend. Here is the plain language bottom line for next week. We have two possible outcomes, and I want to walk you through both. Center one, the better outcome. A cooling trough moves through the Pacific Northwest next week. Temperatures stay near normal for August, mid-80s to around 90 degrees across Oregon Valley floors. Humidity stays manageable, winds stay light. Firefighting crews can continue to make solid progress on containment. This is genuinely possible. The National Weather Service in Portland has not ruled this out. Do not panic before we know which way it goes. Center 2, the more concerning outlook. A ridge of high pressure builds and blocks over the Pacific Northwest. Think of a ridge like a dome. It caps the atmosphere, traps heat near the surface, and shuts out any cooling ocean air. If this scenario happens, temperatures could climb back above normal. Humidity could drop to very low levels. Additionally, some forecast models suggest east winds could develop through Cascade mountain passes by early next week. East winds in Oregon, sometimes called Cascade Gap winds, occur when high pressure pushes air westward downhill through the mountains. As that air descends, it heats up and dries out rapidly. It can gain 10 to 15 degrees of warmth in just a few miles. East wind events in Oregon are similar in character to the Santa Ana winds people in Southern California know well. If east winds develop on top of hot, dry conditions, the Grasshopper Fire near Mount Hood could become significantly more dangerous. I want to give you 3 practical scenarios so you can make informed decisions for your family and your home. Good news, Sinanar. Cooler trough arrives, fires continue to be worked, containment improves. This is very much in play. Concerning Sinanar, warming and drying trend establishes. Existing fires grow. New lightning fires from this weekend become difficult to contain. Additional counties in Oregon and Washington could see evacuation orders issued. If you are near any active fire, now is the time to prepare your go bag. Worst case sen, east winds develop on top of hot, dry conditions. Fire behavior becomes extreme and moves rapidly. This is the scenario forecasters are watching most carefully, and while it is not the most likely outcome, it cannot be dismissed. The National Weather Service has flagged elevated to critical fire potential for the Pacific Northwest through the day 5 to day 7 forecast period. I will be posting a full weather update Sunday evening after the latest computer models are released. Please check back. One ray of hope, By Wednesday, August 19th, a Pacific storm system may bring some light rainfall to coastal Oregon and Washington. However, most of the fires burning deep in the interior, eastern Oregon, Klamath County, the Cascades, are unlikely to see much of that rain. That is the difficult reality of fighting fires in the American West. The rain rarely falls exactly where it is needed most. If you have a heart condition, asthma, COPD, or any lung disease, now is a good time to refill prescriptions and have them ready. All right, let's bring this all together with your clear, simple action plan for the next 5 days. Tonight through Sunday, the greatest threat is new wildfires started by dry lightning across Oregon and into Idaho. If you're near any active wildfire, make sure your family knows your evacuation plan. Know which route you'll take and where you'll go. Monday and Tuesday, a critical period to watch. The forecast is uncertain. Check back Sunday evening for the updated outlook. Wednesday and beyond. Some possible relief, especially near the coast, but conditions in the interior are likely to remain dry. For everyone, check your local air quality at airnow.gov or download the free Oregon Air app before going outdoors each day. For evacuation maps in Oregon, go to genesis.com. For Nevada near Reno, visit perimetermap.com/o. Sign up for your county's wildfire evacuation alert system. These free text and phone alerts could give you precious extra minutes to escape. To all the firefighters, dozer operators, pilots, and emergency workers out there right now, we see you and we are grateful. If this update helped you feel more informed and more prepared, please give this video a thumbs up. It truly helps more people find it. To subscribe, click the subscribe button below, then click the bell icon so you receive a notification for Sunday's update. And please share this video with a neighbor, a family member, or anyone who lives in these fire-affected areas. It could matter. I'll see you Sunday evening with the latest model runs and a full 5-day outlook. Until then, stay informed and stay safe.